Returning now to one of our top stories, the United States has begun a third night of strikes on Iran. President Trump says the U.S. will hit Iran hard tonight and tomorrow will, quote, take out a mountain analysts believe is being used for Iran's nuclear program. The president is also restoring a blockade on Iran and threatening to take over the Strait of Hormuz, which has been the source of intense fighting over the last week. Let's bring in CBS News national security analyst Aaron MacLean. He's also the host of the School of War podcast. So do you know anything more about these strikes or this mountain?
Hey, good evening, Lindsay. So the mountain we're talking about here is Pickaxe Mountain. These nuclear sites tend to be clustered here in the center of the country. Pickaxe Mountain is as yet an unresolved target that's under construction by the Iranians, could be used for nuclear activity in the future. But most of the strikes so far have been concentrated here along the coast of the Strait of Hormuz. Naval targets, places like Bandar Abbas, this major Iranian port here, right astride the strait. The U.S. strikes so far focused on degrading the Iranian ability to control maritime traffic through that waterway.
Can we talk more about this mountain? Because President Trump is always talking about the fact that we've already obliterated their nuclear capabilities, turned it into dust. So what is there left to attack and destroy?
Well, a couple of things at least. One, there is highly enriched uranium remaining apparently buried underground at sites like Isfahan and Natanz. And two, the significance of Pickaxe Mountain is that it is a deeply buried site in which future nuclear development could occur, buried so deeply that nothing in the U.S. arsenal really could strike it once it's up and operational, which is presumably the reason why we're so interested in it.
So does the U.S. have the arsenal right now to attack and prevent that, I guess, from happening?
Yeah, the idea would be to disrupt the construction and prevent it from coming online at all.
Okay, so let's talk about the president's threat to take over the strait. Would other countries actually realistically pay a toll to the United States?
Yeah, so I want to say something about this 20% toll that's been discussed, Lindsay. We're going to reimpose this blockade right here against Iranian ports. This was the blockade line last time around. Any Iranian or ships carrying Iranian cargo going in or out gets stopped in the vicinity of that line. But the notion that the United States is going to charge 20% to all shipping going through the strait at some point strikes me as fanciful for a number of reasons. The Secretary of State and the UN Ambassador, Marco Rubio and Michael Waltz, have both said that such a thing would be contrary to international law. Also, setting aside principle, 20% is ridiculously high. It would amount to a de facto American blockade of the Strait of Hormuz because shipping would no longer be commercially viable.
Do we know whether there are any vessels to the left of your red line there? Are there any vessels still just hanging out in the Persian Gulf or Gulf of Oman, or have most vessels already gotten out?
Lots and lots. And the fact is, the hope has been over the last few weeks is that traffic would increase in volume through the strait. So we've seen vessels not only coming out, but also vessels going back in, both to carry goods back out from Iran, but also from America's Gulf partners in the region. So, those hopes have largely been dashed here in the last few days. And any traffic that's going in and out, certainly on the friendly side, as it were, is going to need a heavy U.S. escort. The president has been reluctant to engage in escorts so far. He likes to talk about ships guiding or being guided through the strait, but that's what's going to be required under intense Iranian fire.
Aaron MacLean, good to have you in New York. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lindsay.